Neeraj has asked, I'm over curious and have a tendency and attraction towards learning new things. So I try to learn using whatever tool possible, books, YouTube. The problem is that gets me into too much of duality. Mind gets pulled into too many directions. I sometimes think that it's not real learning by doing and just knowing about the thing. So I do know that too much external knowledge is not of much value, and hence I have been prioritizing self knowledge. But still, the tendency is there. Yaji, there is really no difference between self knowledge and knowledge of the world. Really speaking, they are one. In fact, you cannot know the world keeping the self aside. And how can you know the self keeping the world aside? Whenever you know the world always carries a particular meaning. The meaning might be hidden, but the meaning is always there, and the meaning is with respect to the one gaining knowledge, the self. There is nothing called objective knowledge. Knowledge is always subjective. Even science is subjective, irrespective of its claims towards objectivity. And obviously, the self can be known only in the context of its relationship with the world. How will you know yourself? You know yourself by seeing how you relate to other people, how you relate to money, how you relate to material, how you relate to life and death. That is how you know yourself in relation to the world. So please go ahead. Gather as much of worldly knowledge as you want to, but then go deep. It is not knowledge that is the problem. The problem is superficial knowledge. Go deep. And by going deep, I do not merely mean acquisition of knowledge about the so called object. By going deep, I mean that you must see the relationship between the object and the subject, which is you. You must ask yourself, why do I choose a particular subject on YouTube to watch? The moment you ask this question, you'll be asking yourself, what is the relationship between me and that which I am watching on YouTube? The moment you pick up a book, ask the same question. Of all the books possible, why did I pick this particular one? You must know about the book. And if you know about the book, you will know something about yourself that is attracted to that in the book. So gather worldly knowledge, no issues, but go deep. Remember that knowledge comes to somebody. Knowledge does not just gather in vacuum. Who is the one who is thirsty of knowledge? What exactly does he want to gain through knowledge? What are his assumptions about that gain? Every book that you pick up, every article that you read, every video that you watch is being used by the little self as a medium towards emancipation. A little medium, a little movement. So it is not very conspicuous. You might not detect the desire behind the drive. But you must, and that is called being observant. You must know why you want to know what is happening between one country and the other. You must ask yourself why your heart starts beating when you read of a battle involving your own country. You must ask yourself why you prioritize one piece of news over the other. You must ask yourself why you prefer one newspaper over the other. That does not mean that you will not read newspapers. Please go ahead. If you do not read them, how will you answer the questions that I have just asked? You must know what is contained in both the newspapers. Only then you will be able to tell why you are attracted towards one of them. So gather knowledge. Gather as much worldly knowledge as you want to, and keep seeing in this process what you really want. You see, let's say a strange animal has strayed from the jungles and come to your house in the city, right? You do not know anything about that animal. You do not know what does it eat, where does it live, does it walk, does it fly, does it swim? The animal is a total stranger to you. You have never seen anything like it. Now, how do you know anything about it? How do you know anything about it? You let it go and you stay with it. You let it go towards the jungle, and then you watch where does it go. Does it go towards a cave? Does it climb up a tree? Does it dive into the water? The only way of knowing that animal is to let that animal do what it wants to do and stay with it. This is called observation. Let your mind go to the direction it pleases to go. Stay with it. That is observation. That is witnessing. If you don't let the mind do anything, you have only your own suppression to witness. The mind is not doing anything. It is only being suppressed by another fragment of the mind. What would you witness now? Only suppression. So see what kind of news items, what knowledge, what encyclopedia, what search words is the mind interested in? Which TV channels? What kind of gossip? Which field of inquiry? And that will help you know who you are. That knowing is supreme peace. That knowing is freedom.